Okay, so we're going to do some practice with quotation marks today. So follow along and make any corrections that I make. So for number 1, my teacher said that it's important to follow grammar rules. Okay, so actually I'm going to do it this way. So here's the rule. Rule 1. And remember that in Rule 1, we're talking about, is it a direct quotation or is it an indirect quotation? And because the teacher did not directly say this to the class, I have to remove the quotation marks. And so I just drew like this curly Q thing over the quotation marks to get rid of them. And so my correct sentence is here. My teacher said that it's important to follow grammar rules. And so I got rid of those quotation marks because my teacher did not directly say that. Okay. For number 2, we're using Rule 6. And the sentence says, have you read the poem? And so we discussed that with Rule 6, we put smaller works of art, smaller works into quotations. And so we need to add quotation marks here to this poem, Annabel Lee. And so then here's my correct sentence. Have you read the poem, Annabel Lee? And notice that I have the quotes around Annabel Lee. Okay. For number 3, I see that it says, Mark shouted, call 911 before running back outside. So Mark is telling us that we need to call 911. And so therefore, we need to insert quotes around call 911. He's telling us, go, call 911 before running back outside. They also added an exclamation point there. So you can just highlight the call 911 and then the exclamation point and the other quote. Okay. And really either way would be okay. And then let's just make sure that we understand that we're using Rule 2 for this. Okay. So for number 4, we're using Rule 3. And Rule 3 talks about using commas when we interrupt a sentence, and we're using the commas inside and outside the quotation marks. So we need to just add some quotes to this sentence, and the sentence reads, Thursday is fine, Mom said, for the birthday party. So Thursday is fine, Mom said, for the birthday party. And notice that the quote is on the outside, and then I also have the quotes here. Okay. Okay. So let's look at number 5. In class, we're reading The Crucible. And The Crucible is a book. And so I'm going to delete those quotes. And so I draw that curly Q. And then I have to underline. Because it's a book, it's a complete work of art, I have to underline it. And remember, that was Rule 5. Okay. I also need to make sure that I am using my capitalization rules that we've talked about before, and I'm capitalizing the first letter of the first words in the title. Okay, let's look at number 6. Do we start school on Wednesday? Asked Kara. So, because Kara's asking me directly, I need to add quotation marks. It's a direct quote. I also need to change this comma to a question mark because she's asking me, and then change this question mark to a period. Okay? And so then it looks like this. Do we start school on Wednesday? Question mark. Asked Kara. Okay? So good luck. Try your best. And make sure that you have everything down.